Hey guys, we're back. So we have a better angle now. Now we're able to angle you guys down more. So you guys will be able to see what we're doing. We won't have to like. So this was the candle that we were just talking about. So I was talking about when you're cleansing it, you rubbing it and like with the Florida water, that's already like you putting your energy into it. So just holding this candle and touching it, that's you putting your energy into the candle. So after you do that, after your candle's cleansed, then where'd I put you?
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for my stabber. I just had it.
It's right here.
Oh, I was looking for my candle poker. So what you're gonna do is, you know what? I'm gonna light some Palo Santo real quick. Just to kind of add some more energy. Witchy tip, use the tongs for the endings of your Palo Santo so you can get that full burn. Or you could just put them on a charcoal disc. Okay. Just to let that burn. Okay, so then what you're gonna do, you're gonna want to use, we have like a candle poker. So you're gonna want to poke your candle all the way down to the bottom to where it doesn't go in anymore. And it's work. Like, it's work. They don't lie when they call it workings. I think it's all the way down. Yeah. You want to get over here and help put some hands on this?
Hold on, no.
All right, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure you put 4 holes. Sis, you can go ahead and explain stuff while
Okay, so
I'm putting all my muscle.
Okay, you're gonna do in the circle. You're gonna do a hole on top and the bottom, and then it's gonna be north, south, west, and east holes you're gonna make because you want you're gonna have the workings coming from every direction. So that's the reason for the holes, and then we're gonna have herbs that we're gonna be putting in there. So
Stuffing it.
right, we're gonna stuff that inside the hose, and once that's burning and that's going out to the universe, that's all coming back to you from every direction, and that's the reason for the hose.
The sword and the stone.
It's easier than it was.
Yeah, this is not, yeah, this ain't good because usually we have it at like a better height. Right here it's like I can't really get like the oomph into it.
What if you heated it first?
I know I probably should have heated it, right? Yeah. I'm gonna try that. I'll try that next time because I'm on my last hole. Paul, you should have said something before.
I didn't realize you were having. Never mind.
Yes.
All right. There we go.
Just giving a great advice that maybe if we heat the candle, it'll be much easier.
Oh, no, he was saying well, we could heat the candle or we could heat this. And then, ew.
And heat the sticker.
All right. The stick, right? Okay. All right. So then after you do that, this is what you should have. See? So there's 4 holes each direction. And then, well, we can put this off to the side now. So then what we did for each for each color, since each color represents its own, you know what, its own thing, which I'm going to do right now. So this is what I meant by putting a line. So where each color ends, you're going to go ahead and make a line. And then this right here is going to be your money. And then you could even decorate this. You could put dollar signs all around the green part.
Hearts.
Love. Yeah, love. You could put hearts all around the red part.
Draw Cupid.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how artistic you are.
Yeah, you could really put your... Because even drawing on your candles, that's putting intention into your candles. You're taking the time to decorate it and to make it look like what it is that you're trying to manifest. Since you do that like a lot with your candles, maybe you could give some witchy tips on those.
Well, when I do these candles, I not only write what I want as my intentions. I draw basically. So I'll draw what I'm whatever I wrote, I'll draw something that represents it as well. So for each thing, I might draw something like that, little symbols. I might be drawing that. This is we're doing this for our business. So I would draw stuff regarding the business that I would put on here as well. It just seems to be more it just gives it more life to me. And then when I'm looking at it, I'm not just reading it. Sometimes you're not going to just reread everything. You got pictures to look at, and you just sort of remember what you wrote by just looking at the pictures.
I'm just drawing some quick little symbols so you guys can get some ideas of... So they're not going to be as nice as they could have been because I'm doing it really quick.
But you get the idea.
You get the idea.
The meanings are there.
And you don't have to be super artsy. Like, I'm going to make these very simple. No, O's are hugs. Or O's are kisses. X's are hugs.
Oh, I always did the X.
Really? So
yeah.
you've been kissing every fucking body, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
The X's are hugs.
Not for me.
She's been making out with everybody. Everybody that got
O's.
O's.
From me, you're getting a kiss. Just so you know. I'm letting you know. My X's are all kisses. Yeah, the eye.
Some guy grabbed it and he got in a lot of trouble.
That's spiritual?
Yeah, an eye.
So like a broomstick from like
It's business.
Salem.
Oh, yeah.
And they have these little air plants too. They're supposed to grow anywhere. Anywhere you stick them, they grow.
Oh, cool. I should get one for my door.
Yeah, they have sometimes they have them hanging. What are you gonna say?
But I haven't.
Okay.
That is.
Yeah, sis, that would take too long. You do
worries.
that. You could go ahead and do that. Okay, so what I did was I did dollar signs right here for the money. Some dollar signs. Hearts for love. Suns for happiness, because for me, like, the sun represents the sun, and
Brightness.
Yellow represents
Makes you feel
happiness,
good.
light, warmth. Then smiley faces for good health. Smiley face. Even when you go to the doctor, like when they ask you what your pain level is, they have like
Yeah.
little faces, you know, so we want a happy face. And then for friendship, I did hugs.
Kisses.
Hugs.
Kisses.
And then right for this one, this is spiritual path. So what I did was kind of like a compass. Basically knowing your direction, knowing your path. And then also representing, north, south, east, west, representing elements, things like that. And then the I right here for the shop. This is like our,
Logo.
for our logo. And then positive energy, I did energy spirals. So, you guys can make it as simple, or, if you want to make it more really detailed, like, you could have put a goddess and different things like that. So you can do whatever it is that you want with this candle. Put as much energy, as much intention as you want, because this is a candle that you're using to bring all these things in for your year. So you want to definitely put as much energy and as much power as you can in this spell. And then what we also did was, for each intention, we did a 7 herb blend. So we picked out our 7 herbs that we're going to use. And then, we'll tell you guys what we're going to use and everything like that. But you guys can go ahead and feel free to use whatever it is that you have on hand. Whatever it is that you normally use for your, bringing in your money or your happiness or whatever it is that you have that you usually work with, feel free to make this spell your own. So then what we're gonna do is, we have our mortar and pestle. Here's another witchy tip. To clean your mortar and pestle, not just like getting out like residue and stuff from your other herbs, but also to cleanse it, take some salt. This was regular white salt, like table salt. You could use sea salt. Use a salt that's not chunky. You want to use like a sandy kind of grainy salt, and then just kind of work that around all inside your mortar and pestle, because what that does is it cleans out all the residue from the herbs that were in it, and it also cleanses it from the energies that you were just working with, or that you had just did for, say you were grinding up an incense in here and it was for some other intention. You want to start everything off fresh. So this is cleansing your mortar and pestle too. And then what you could do with the salt, you could either throw it outside, give it back to the earth, or I'm just gonna put it in the garbage because I don't want to climb over Red Witch and give her a lap dance. So we're just gonna pour it in the garbage, which either way it's gonna make its way back to Mother Earth. I mean, it's probably gonna go in a landfill. It's gonna go back to nature. And then, so it's all clean. Okay. And did you see that cloud?
The energy with it.
I know. I taste it. So, okay. So then what you're going to do, oh, and even, you know what? I didn't even think about for people that can't get their hands on one of these candles. Because there's going to be some people that don't live near us that can't come here and get one, because we do have them here. But let's see, in order for you to get them in time for New Year, if you do not have access to one of these big ones, you can also try to find a small one. And if you just can't find these candles at all, if you go to like Dollar Tree or whatever, you can get yourself a plain white candle. Just get colored Sharpies. If you have colored Sharpies, you can use a green Sharpie, a red Sharpie, I don't know if they have yellow Sharpies.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah, every color, right?
They have like a little package of colored Sharpies.
Okay, so you could do that even. You could even just take, if you have glitter, you know, you have glitter at the house, you could take glitter of every color and just put glitter in that candle and boom, you know. It's just getting that color energy. You don't need it necessarily. You could even just write with a plain marker. You could write all these things on your candle.
You can section it off. It's your intention that matters.
Yeah. Yeah, so don't feel like you can't do this this spell if you don't have one of these candles. You can use whatever it is that you have on hand. Whatever you can get your hands on is what you use. Don't be picky. So then, we'll start out with our herbs then. We had picked, where did we pick for money?
Right here.
Oh, okay, the bergamot we picked for money. So this is going to be our herb that we're going to use for money in this spell. And you don't really need a whole lot. I'm actually making a little bit of a bigger batch because me and Red Witch, we're going to be doing our business candle. And then we're also going to be doing 2 of these for us individually for our homes. So I'm just going to make, you know, a bigger mix than normal because to dress a candle, you don't really need like a whole shit ton of the herb. You could use a pinch of this, a pinch of that. You know, be savvy with your stuff. Don't just like pour it all in thinking that because there's more intention. It doesn't work like that. You could use very little. You could use a pinch and it could be super powerful because it's your intention in that one little pinch. Or, you know, the way that I see it, it's like you're kind of diluting it by using so much. You want to be savvy with your stuff. So we did bergamot.
So love is cinnamon.
And then cinnamon for love. Oh, I get to use the thingy.
Did you bring it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I want to get a good one. Oh, it's a fresh one. The toe. Was it Dead Man's Toe? Was that what it was? From Hocus Pocus?
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like, oh, fresh one.
Yeah.
All right. So for the cinnamon,
I smell children.
for the cinnamon, we don't use the powdered cinnamon here. We use the cinnamon stick, and you have to powder it yourself because I don't know. For us, it's just more intention, and it's like fresh.
And it's
So
and it's fun.
yeah, it is fun. So we have this
And it-
cute little thingy here.
And it really like the smell of it is just
Oh,
more
it's amazing.
intensified.
It is. I love this. We do our nutmeg like this, and we do our cinnamon like this. So if you guys ever come and get herbs or do a mix
And our
here
ginger.
in our shop, oh, and our ginger too. Everything, our ginger, our cinnamon, and our nutmeg, you have to freshly grate it yourself. Oh, it smells amazing.
Feel that spice.
Mm-hmm. It's really good.
It's spicy love.
Yeah. It's a protective love, too. Anytime you have something good, you want to always protect it.
It goes without saying.
There. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my god.
She want to like suck on it.
I love it. I want to suck on everything. Let's see what else.
Yellow is
Yellow. Oh, the happiness.
orange.
Orange. I love this.
Oh my god, it's like a real.
It
is real orange, but
Yeah, it is.
it's our orange.
We dehydrated. You know what? It needs a spoon. We had dehydrated oranges, and then we put them into a grinder and we grinded it all down. So there's this like, now we have this really nice orange powder. We didn't just use the peeling either. We used the fruit and everything. So then you're gonna need some grated orange. Look at how pretty. Okay. I hear you over there. You're like, aww, she's feeling it already. Okay. And then we have health, hierba santa.
Oh,
We don't have it.
let me go get it. Because we put it back yesterday.
Paul, are you by the herbs? No, you're not. Oh, can you give us hierba santa, please?
What?
Thank you. Hierba santa, it's in the Y's. Yerba Santa. It's in the Y's, it's in the back.
On the bottom.
Like right by the strawberries. No, up. Right there. Now put your hand in the back. To the right. You're hot. You are so hot right there. You found it? It's like all the way in the back by the strawberries.
There's two kinds. There's the loose one and then the bundle. We don't want the bundle. It's the loose. Okay, I'm going. Here, it's on this side.
Oh, well, she's saying I'm hot right now, and I'm looking over there.
Well, on the camera, it looked like you were like right by it, like right.
You want to go.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So for health or for healing, we're gonna use hierba santa. And you can get this in bundles, but we're gonna use our loose hierba santa. Okay. Oh. Okay.
Friendship.
And then for friendship, we're going to use the acacia leaves, also known as gum arabic. And then for spiritual path, we're going to use right here. We got some, sorry I had to get it because it kind of like fell. We have some sweetgrass. So if you guys have like a sweetgrass braid, we never just start the braid on fire. We always use sweetgrass to add to other things to call in spirit. So this would be right here to call in spirit, call in positive spirit into our shop to protect us and to be here with us and to also guide us, because you need guidance. You need guidance into enlightenment.
Plus, we work with our goddesses.
Yeah.
It's like
you're feeding them
Right.
for the year.
thanking them, and then as we know they're always with us, so they're always there when we need them, and then positivity is, I'll put this in here, is
Positive energy. We're gonna use, what are we gonna use?
oh, sage, right?
Oh yeah, we were gonna use sage. We don't have some over here? No.
I'm gonna get the loose ones. Right?
Okay, yeah, the loose. Sorry, you guys are a little bit unprepared. Oh, I got coconut water in my crystal cup. So I'm putting intention into my coconut water. Coconut water for me is like a drink of the goddess. So I love coconut water. Okay, so she's back with the sage. So
We
hold
got
on.
loose sage.
And get off of camera because yesterday, and I'm gonna be I'm not even gonna cut that out because it's funny. I was drinking my water and it just went, and I was like, oh. It's like the bottom lip, like God, I don't know, like, and I fell out. And it was when Redwitch was talking serious, so I couldn't even really laugh at myself. But yeah, I just had to bust myself out about it. Okay, so the sage. I always love, I don't know, I like sage more when it's not burning. Like, I like when it's
like
burning,
freshness.
but I like how it smells when it's just, when it's not, you know, when you just crumble it like that. Like, I love that.
No, I just want to like eat the whole bowl right now.
All right. And then, oh, you want to go ahead? You can go ahead.
We'll both do it.
Okay. So then you're going to want to go ahead and grind that in your mortar and pestle. You're going to want to kind of want it to be not so chunky because when you leave chunky herbs in your candles, they start on, well, they could catch fire. Then they'll start like smoking a lot. Sometimes they'll even make a side of the glass way too hot and then, you know, the glass could crack just because of that, something, you know. So you want to make sure that you kind of get it where it's not, it doesn't have to be like dust, but you want it to be like almost powdery, a little bit chunky kind of thing. Oh, and another thing that I had added to here was some lodestone food, because we're going to be adding 2 lodestones to the one for the business. We're going to be adding 2 lodestones. We're going to be using gold lodestones, but you could use whatever color lodestones you'd like. The lodestone is basically, it's a magnetic stone. It's naturally magnetic. So the way that we're adding it into here, with the intentions that it's gonna attract all these things like a suction, and that's why we're using the lodestone. So we are sacrificing 2 lodestones to this candle. And when I say sacrifice, you're never gonna get those stones back. You're pretty much giving their lives to your spell. So you want to definitely thank any stones that you do that with, because they're basically giving their energy to that particular working. You know what you could do though? You could, you know, because the stones are going to be covered in wax. After that, what we'll probably end up doing, we have a mojo bag that we have hanging right above our door. So what we'll probably do with those, because we do save our candle wax, we'll probably end up scraping out the lodestones and feeding them into our mojo bag, because they're going to have all of that intention for the new year. So that also means, yeah, that also means that any mojo bags that you have, you want to renew those. Maybe get rid of, or not get rid of, but leave whatever is inside of it. You could take it to the woods. You could just pour it outside, give it back to Mother Earth, and then redo it.
If you don't have a mojo bag, now you'll have your first one.
And these candles, the big ones, if you get like big ones, you guys, these candles last for a long time. Like this will probably last like, what, a good couple weeks?
Oh yeah.
Maybe 3 weeks here, like a month,
yeah.
I think. But ours, because we snuff ours out when we close and we relight them when we open. So on the days that we're closed, the candles are not burned. So while you're grinding your herbs, you're going to want to put your intentions in while you're grinding them. And then this is what you should have. So see how it's a little bit chunky, and then it's like grainy is kind of what you're gonna want. And so then I have the lodestone food on there. Then you're gonna want to go ahead and take your herb mixture. And when you sprinkle, you want to go in a clockwise circle. And you don't have to get it right in the inside of the holes yet, because you're going to use your snuffer to push that all in. And then we're going to use an oil too. So once you put that oil, it'll kind of help you to be able to slide the herbs down into the holes faster and more easier. So this is kind of what it should look like. You have a circle of herbs going from one hole to the next. And then, I don't know if you want to do the oil, sis. Talk about the oil.
So this is our blessing oil that we've made here. So it's got everything that pertains to our blessing. Like we make our all-purpose blessing incense. We made the oil to stand as basically be the same. It's got Palo Santo in there. It's got
Rose hips,
yeah,
lavender,
baby's breath.
yeah, some baby's breath in there.
It's got amethyst in here, or
It's quartz. I
rose
think.
quartz.
Yeah.
So everything that can be used for blessing, it's basically blessing for everything is in here. So we're going to use this to put into the candle. Oops.
And then when you're putting the oil, you guys, you're gonna want to make sure you go in the same formation clockwise, because you're drawing in, you're bringing that in. And then some people, they'll use certain numbers. So if there's a number that represents your goddess, if there's a number that is your favorite number, they'll use that and they'll drop in all directions that certain number of drops. So you can do that. You can count how many drops you're putting in. Or maybe even how many times you go around in the circle. Maybe you don't want to do it by drops. Maybe you want to go around in the circle that many times. You could do that too. Every witch has their own way of doing things.